What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be explaining exactly what EVs are, why they are important, and how to EV trade. First things first, EVs or effort values are attributes that allows a Pokemon's stats to increase based on what type of Pokemon that they defeat. These are basically points that a Pokemon gets when it defeats another Pokemon. The more EV points that a Pokemon has in each stat, the greater the boost that the particular stat receives. Each Pokemon gives out a different type and amount of EV points. Every 4 EV points in one stat will increase that particular stat by 1 point. Now don't worry if this is confusing so far, I will get more in-depth in a minute. So why is it so important to EV train? Well, training a Pokemon to receive certain EV points is the most effective way to train a Pokemon to maximize its uses. For example, it is best to train a physical attacking Pokemon with physical attacking EVs in order to best maximize the damage done with that Pokemon's physical attacking moves. Each type of Pokemon gives out its own unique EV yield. For example, if you battle a Magikarp and defeat it, your Pokemon will gain 1 speed EV. Now, since it takes 4 EVs in one stat to increase that particular stat number, you will need to defeat 4 Magikarps to raise your speed stat by 1. Here is a visual example. If you look at the chart on the left, I show the stats of a level 100 Charmander without any EVs, and if you look at the one on the right, I show the stats of a level 100 Charmander with 4 speed EVs. So the one on the left, you could tell that its speed stat is 166. Now, on the right, after receiving 4 speed EVs, as if it had just defeated 4 Magikarps, the speed on the Charmander on the right has gone up to 167. So as you can see, after receiving 4 EV points in the speed stat, the base speed stat of that Charmander increased by 1 point. So what does full EV training look like? Well, first let me explain this. 4 EVs in one stat, as you know, will increase that particular stat by 1 point. You can also have a maximum of only 252 EVs in each stat, and a maximum of 508 EVs in total. So if we look at this chart, I show you the stats of the same level 100 Charmander with the maximum number of EVs in its speed stat, which is 252. So now if you look at the speed and compare it to the 166 base speed with the Charmander that didn't have any speed EVs, it has gone up to 229. So now you can see that the speed stat has drastically increased due to the amount of EV points that have been put into the stat. So clearly, flawless EV training can be very useful and even essential, especially in Pokemon competitive battling. Well, it's important to remember that you give a Pokemon, a Pokemon can get more than 1 EV and may even get EVs in various stats from defeating another Pokemon. For example, defeating a Flygon will give you not only 2 EV points in your speed stat, but also a point in your attack stat as well. This is a good example because it shows how Pokemon can give multiple EVs in one stat, as well as EV points in a variety of different stats. It is not expected that you learn the exact EV yield of every Pokemon, but generally speaking, special attacking Pokemon such as Alakazam tend to give out special attacking EVs, while physical attackers like Machamp tend to give out physical attacking EVs. Now, if you're struggling with knowing which Pokemon to battle in order to EV train correctly, you can use an EV yield guide or visit this website, which pretty much just has a list of all the Pokemon, and it shows you all the EVs that each of them give out. And you can organize it based on what EVs you want to get in which stat, and it'll show you which Pokemon give out those particular EVs, and I will have the link to that in the description. Now, although EV training can be long and tedious and boring, there are a bunch of different items that you can get throughout the game to help you out and speed up the process. So here we have the Macho Brace, the Power Weight, the Power Bracer, the Power Belt, the Power Lens, the Power Band, and the Power Anklet. The Macho Brace is an item that will double the EV yield you receive from winning a battle. So if you defeat a Alakazam, which has an EV yield of 3 special attack, you will receive 6 special attack EVs from that one battle. Now, the power items increase the EV yield you receive from a battle by 4, based on the power item that your Pokemon is holding. For example, the Power Lens increases your special attack EV yield by 4 in your special attack. So if you defeat a Magikarp, you will not only receive the 1 normal speed EV point you get from defeating a Magikarp every time, but you will also receive an additional 4 EV points in special attack. Each power item increases the EV yield of a different stat, and the chart below shows which stats each item increases. So now if you make a mistake on your EV training, you shouldn't worry because there's a way to fix it. Either way, it isn't the end of the world if you have 2 points in the wrong stat or something. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be completely perfect, but just know that there is a way to fix it. With certain types of berries that you can give to your Pokemon, you can decrease the amount of EVs that you have in a particular stat by 10. So let's say you are training a special attacker and you accidentally put 5 or 6 EVs on it. If you give the berry that decreases the attack EV stats, which in this case is the Kelpsie berry, you can bring down the total amount of EVs in that stat down by 10, which brings it down to 0. The particular berries that bring down each EV stat are listed in the chart below. So there's also another type of EV training, and using it is very effective because they're really helpful, and these are called vitamins. Now the vitamins each increase your EV points by 10 in the particular stat that they work with. For example, if you have 4 defense EVs and then use an iron on your Pokemon, the amount of defense EVs on that Pokemon has increased by 10, which brings it to a total of 14 points. However, once you have a total of 100 EVs or more in one stat, that vitamin won't have any effect. So let's say you have 110 defense EVs on your Pokemon. You are not allowed to use an iron anymore, it just won't take it because your total EVs on that stat exceed 100. So it's best that you use the vitamins early before you do much EV training to use them more effectively. Now there is one more type of EV training, which are the wings, and these are similar to vitamins. However, on the other hand, they do not have a cap as to when they can be used. This means that after you have 100 EV points in one stat, the wing for that particular stat can still be used, and these wings will only give you 1 EV yield in the desired stat on consumption, so they're not as easy to use as vitamins since they give out only a fraction of the EV points one of the vitamins gives out. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful and I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.